Goodbye, Sword and Shield. I don't want to really get into a lot of controversy in this video, but I will just briefly say Sword and Shield will definitely not up there with my favorite generations. With that being said, I absolutely love the design of all of the Pokemon. Game Freak does an amazing job at designing Pokemon. In this generation, they did not and in Generation 8, they did not disappoint. So I'm going to go over in this video just highlighting some designs that I really loved. This is Gummy Gamer. Thanks for joining. I chose Grookey as my starter. Actually, here's my entire team that I used through the playthrough. We got Mookie, the Rillaboom, Spike, the Dreadnought, Kit Kat, the Porsorkel, Moldy, the Toxtricity, Doofus, the Grimmsnarl, and Phantom Draco, the Dragapult. So for starters, again, I chose Grookey as my starter. Named him Mookie. Thought it was kind of cute. I actually really loved all the starters' designs, but I went into it unspoiled, and I plan on always doing that. But I went into it unspoiled, chose Grookey, and really loved the design. All the Pokemon in the history of all the Pokemon have been amalgamations of many different sources and references. Oftentimes, simple designs can have a lot of subtle cues that make it actually really complex. Grookey playing with little sticks and using them to beat on the ground are not just references to the musical theme, but how children often play with sticks. As he evolves into Thwackey, which, by the way, I love that name, he now begins to use those sticks as weapons in battle. Evolving it into Rillaboom shows that now he has a full-out drum set that he can use to summon powerful attacks alongside powerful music. Also, speaking of music, not only the drum inspiration there and him actually using it with some moves and has a move based off of that, also, he just straight up has full-on punk-style hair. It's really big, it's really bold. I love it. The Applin line. I love how they are worms in an apple. Such an old wives' tale. Also, when I say worms, not traditionally, I mean W-Y-R-M-S, as in a dragon. So they're taking a pun of a worm in an apple and turning into it essentially a dragon in an apple. I love it. I love Flapple more than I love Appleton, but they're both great. I love how their lines are a split showing of two different types of apple food dishes. One is a peeled apple crisp, and the other one is a full-out apple pie or a turnover, depending on what part of the world you're from. I stinking love both of those designs. And yes, I'm flexing on you for the set of shinies that I bred for. Toxtricity is another lovable design that has a split evolution based on two different styles of rock music. Amped up music and low-key vibes. But I love how their bellies have the little strings on them, kind of similar to guitars that they play as they attack. The two different forms each have 4 or 6 strings as a reference to bass guitars and standard 6-string guitars. Shall we call them melodic guitars? I don't really know the name for... Dagnabbit, somebody called in the middle of that. But next we move on to Galarian Meowth. It's easily my favorite form of Meowth. Honestly, I would love it if every region had a new Meowth form, and a new Persian form, or just a new evolution, which is what they did this generation. They gave Galarian Meowth an evolution to Persorkel. It's an amazing reference to the Vikings. Again, I've said it before, Game Freak knows how to make A1 designs. They execute them well. Not only is this Persorkel a great reference to Vikings in design, but also type. They gave it the steel type, and they really made it fit that theme super well. I love it. I love its build. Just everything about it. I love the Viking helmet. It's so amazing. The Abomination fossils. They are an amazing reference to how early paleontologists just threw fossils together without thought so they could show off a full skeleton, even though most of them are incorrect. These designs are hilarious, off-putting, and just downright awesome because of this. Obviously, I believe in Dracovish supremacy. Another great pseudo-legendary. I can't think of a bad pseudo-legendary, like whatsoever. I know a lot of people maybe say Komodo, but gosh dang it, I love them all. They've never made a bad pseudo-legendary. They always just seem to do so well with them. But Dragon Ghost is a great typing. And gosh dang it, the lore behind these Pokemon that Dreepy are just deceased Pokemon that are reborn and haunting the seas they used to inhabit during prehistoric eras. It is so amazing. And Dragapult! It is so amazing. A straight up stealth bomb or dragon in Pokemon form. It's just Chef's kiss. Also, the little Dreepy that are excited to be sent off as artillery is just amazing. In the DLC, they've released a few more legends. The first one I want to highlight is Urshifu and Kubfu, but mainly Urshifu. At first, I wasn't too hype on his design. Kind of thought it looked stupid. But then seeing it in-game actually started to make me hype. The two different ideologies of fighting, of single strike versus multi-strike fighting to attack or wear down your opponent, is amazing, and it's cool that they made it into one Pokemon design. Their signature moves also show a subtle hint to fighting expertise, as they always land in critical hits. Plus, their typings show pure flowing water being its own foundation of fighting versus the foundation of evil fighting techniques of no holds, doing everything you can do to make sure their opponent is downed. These are two of my favorite legendaries of all time. Not to mention all of the other references hidden in this line. But to wrap things up, I've went quite a bit longer than expected. The two new Regis. I couldn't believe they did this. I love the original Regi trio, and their creator being Regigigas. Expanding on them even more is so amazing. Makes me wonder if we're going to get more expansions in many more future generations. Regieleki is by far my favorite Regi now. I love how it's wrapped up in coils, and it's literally just a being of bundled physical electricity. I love how he bounces around so aimlessly, and if you look at his legs, they're straight, and as he bounces from one side to the other side, his legs bend in the shape of a lightning bolt. It is so amazing, and it's so cute. And the way he bounces side to side just has such character to it. He's both a being of crazy power and also just nonchalant goofiness. He has so much personality. I love it. Well, I know a lot of these were kind of brief explanation on all of these Pokemon. Honestly, I didn't really want to make a super crazy in-depth video today. I just wanted to make a video to say goodbye to the Sword and Shield era. Even though a lot of points in this era have been the worst from my experience, one thing that wasn't lacking was the designs. Looking forward to Scarlet and Violet to see how Game Freak has continued to grow as Pokemon creators. Well, see everybody soon with some Scarlet and Violet content, as I'm off to a midnight release very soon. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTuber nonsense. I would like to hear what your favorite experiences from Generation 8 were, and what are you most looking forward to with Generation 9? Drop them all below. And as always, thank you for watching. Stay fresh. Gummy Gamer, out.